Lovely, even if it's slightly overcast, Ice Center in Marietta, Georgia. Looks like we may be having some more technical difficulties again today, but rest assured, we're going to just get through this whole one as a continuous broadcast so you don't have to sit around and wait for stuttering. The game is just now underway. My lovely brother, Andrew Leonard, is here doing the
on the lovely Matt.
Thank you, buddy. I'll be doing the color as usual. Matt Leonard and Andrew Leonard, my brother, will be on the play-by-play. And what do you say we get this underway, shall we?
Sounds good to me. UNC Charlotte won the opening face-off, and now they're in control, being harassed by Kennesaw State early. Battle in the corner again. This seems to be the story of this two-game series. Kennesaw State dropped the last one, but looking to bounce back here today. UNC Charlotte with an early shot, stopped just in front by John Testino as Ian McDonald comes away with a puck. McDonald able to throw back to neutral ice to get a nice change going for Kennesaw State. UNC Charlotte with a change of their own. They float back out of the Kennesaw zone where Tristan Gagne will control. Gagne throws it up to neutral ice, attempted for Max Haas, but it's a little too far as UNC Charlotte controls behind their own net. UNC Charlotte around the boards. Max Haas doing a fantastic job there getting him off the puck, but UNC Charlotte controls once again. Puck out to neutral ice now as Charlotte takes control. A good hit there by Berezinski as Charlotte continues to hold possession of the Kennesaw State zone. In the corner now, to the far point. A nice little lob pass there, but it was way too wide as Berezinski fights for control, but Spysinski ends up with it. Kennesaw State now moving up. Evan Deere tries to chase down the puck, but cannot get to it. Doesn't matter, Spysinski controls again. Deere takes a shoulder from UNC Charlotte player as Charlotte moves up ice. A wrist shot off the glove hand of Luke Thurston. It's his first save of the night.
Well done. He looks like he's doing just fine after that difficult loss last night. Kennesaw looking to get some revenge here.
That was a hard loss for all of us. We got robbed of a goal, but hey, we're not still bitter about it.
And an offsides called for a stoppage in play.
We will have a neutral zone face-off, but last game was one of the most aggressive games we've seen all season. There was just a plethora of hits going on and a nice little robbery by that referee, but we'll see if we can bounce back today. It was only a one-goal loss, so nothing too bad. Kennesaw State now on the face-off. Ryan Moran chases down the puck into the UNC zone. Moran now on the boards, fighting for control. Sullivan takes a hard hit right there as the puck bounces over to Tisdale, and Tisdale controls it. Battle in the corner there. And Davis is back now. Davis loses an edge, but manages to keep control, gives it on over to Tisdale in the corner. Tisdale now fighting for control, gives it over to Moran. A nice little hip check there by Tisdale, sends a man down to the ice, but UNC Charlotte takes control. A errant pass goes all the way down to the KSU zone, and we will have no icing as it was touched. Davis now controlling in his own zone. Passes up to Moran. Moran to McDonald. McDonald trying to figure out something here, centering pass to Vandekerkhoff. Vandekerkhoff behind the net. Jeremy Vandekerkhoff going all the way back around, almost to the point, but he throws it back around the boards for Tristan Gagne. Gagne to McDonald. McDonald centering pass in front. Oh, good opportunity there, but it was bad out of the way. Almost a slap shot right there by McDonald. Good opportunity, but their new goaltender today, who is it? Daniel Ritter, makes the save.
Daniel Ritter, Andrew. Fun fact about him, in his last game that he played, he made 62 saves.
That's according to the UNC Charlotte website.
I got to be honest with you, I don't know if that's a good goaltender or some really, really horrendous defense.
I don't know. Hopefully it's some bad defense as a UNC Charlotte player forgets how to skate for a second. Manages to put the puck up ice. Charlotte now in the KSU zone. A wrist shot put on goal off the pad of Luke Thurston. Spysinski moving the puck up ice, turns around, and brings it back into his own zone to reset. Berezinski still with the puck. Loses it to UNC Charlotte, and a wrist shot thrown on goal is stopped up in the pads of Luke Thurston, who has a solid game so far.
Yes, indeed. Game is still rather young. It's rather spry, Andrew, and so we see a lot of this energy, not quite as much as yesterday because the players are looking a little gassed from that absolute marathon shootout that we had last night. But I'll tell you what, the energy is still there, and the desire to win is apparent as ever, especially after that rough loss for Kennesaw.
Yeah, late game last night and an early game today, so hopefully they have enough energy to continue playing. Kennesaw State on the face-off, wins it, and Wes Davis comes up ice. Deere to Davis. Davis, a wrist shot on goal right into the chest of Daniel Ritter as Deere took a late shot there, but he bounces right back up. He watches a lot of hockey.
I hear tell that he does actually watch a lot of hockey. Granted, that may just be game film.
Trying to figure out where to place my heater as it's a little cold in here. Spicinski on the faceoff. UNC takes it. Spicinski still battling on the boards. Him and Deere trying to fight for control of that puck. Deere in the corner. And Deere ends up with it. Deere throws it all the way around the boards. Attempted for Spicinski, but just a bit too far. UNC Charlotte, a long pass up ice over the blue line in the Kennesaw State zone, and a nice little body check right there by Tristan Gagne. Wes Davis moves up ice. Davis circling on the wing. A centering pass. Spicinski through his legs. UNC Charlotte takes control. Davis hustling back to prevent the 2-on-1, and he gets there in time. A centering pass. Almost rebounded in, but no, Luke Thurston's leg got in the way.
Oh, my goodness. That was a really quality chance for Charlotte. I'm rather glad that we were able to prevent that one.
Yeah, if there's anything that could make a save, it's Luke Thurston's leg. It's a bit more under control from that last goaltender's leg, who all he did was kick the net off the post.
Ugh.
Not bitter.
All I can do is make disgusted noises about that goaltender.
Aaron Tisdale in on the faceoff now. And UNC Charlotte wins it. Charlotte with a bank pass a bank pass off the boards, and they have control at neutral ice. UNC Charlotte now trying to figure out something to do as Sullivan deflects the puck and ruins the pass attempt for UNC Charlotte as Berezinski takes control. Berezinski up to Sullivan to Moran. Moran moving up ice, an attempted pass for Tisdale, but it's too far. Tisdale behind the net. Circles all the way back. Pass off the boards to Berezinski. A slap shot. Got deflected before it can get to the net. Sullivan now. A slow pass intercepted by UNC Charlotte as they start to move up ice. UNC Charlotte. A wrist shot on goal. Kicked aside by Luke Thurston.
Made that one look easy, Andrew.
He absolutely did, as there was a scrum behind the net for the puck, and it comes out to, it looks like UNC Charlotte. No, Moran could not get there. Tisdale does get there, in fact, so now Tisdale with the puck behind his own net. UNC Charlotte still with control in Kennesaw State zone as Berezinski chases down this puck. Berezinski to Moran as Moran now fights to clear it out, and almost an attempted check by UNC Charlotte player. Moran absolutely stonewalls him and sends him to the ice, and then Moran got tripped up after the play. Should be a penalty. Surprise, surprise, no call.
And we have a UNC Charlotte player down on the ice right now.
That was the guy who ran into Moran.
He may be able to get up and skate off of the ice on his own power. However, yes, looks like he's able to skate off the ice on his own power. Good to see he's all right. Good to see that we don't have to play against him right now. Both of those things are good, you know.
13:42 left to go in this first period. Score still 0-0 as Moran proves he is harder to knock off his skates than most people are their feet. So it's good to see he's got some nice balance there.
Yeah, it was incredible.
That was actually fun to watch.
My balance is significantly worse than that.
I mean, I'd hope so. You're announcing the game, not playing.
That makes sense. Fair play.
Face off at the Kennesaw State zone. It's Ian McDonald, but UNC Charlotte takes it. Puck goes behind Luke Thurston as UNC Charlotte takes control. A centering pass deflected aside by Luke Thurston as Tristan Gagne sends a pass up to Van de Kerkhoff, who cannot get it, but UNC Charlotte throws the puck straight into the net. Actually banks off one of the Kennesaw State coaches, so that seems like some attempted harm right there.
I believe one of the coaches also watches a lot of hockey. I mean, I've been informed.
He must. Ian McDonald on the face-off now. 13:28 left to go in this first period as the ref takes his time dropping the puck, and McDonald wins it, gives it back to Gagne. Gagne dumps the puck into the zone, and UNC Charlotte controls. No, it is fought along by Testino, and Testino doing a great job securing the puck, but no, it squirts out to McDonald. McDonald throws it all the way back around the boards for UNC Charlotte to control. McDonald ends up with the puck somehow and throws it to the other side of the ice as UNC Charlotte starts moving. Davis throwing it back into the zone. Kennesaw nearly avoids an offsides. Good job there by John Testino as Van de Kerkhoff controls, but he sends it back to neutral ice for Wes Davis. Davis now up to Testino. Testino to Van de Kerkhoff. Van de Kerkhoff, an attempted wrist shot, stopped before it can leave his stick, and he gives it back to Ian McDonald behind the net. An attempted centering pass off the skate of a UNC Charlotte player, but McDonald ends up with it. A centering pass again! Almost! Ooh. That was a fantastic look by Jeremy Van de Kerkhoff, who cut straight to the net, and we have some little extracurricular activity by Jeremy Van de Kerkhoff, letting him know this energy did not go away overnight.
Yeah, they didn't forget about what happened last night, Andrew, and something tells me they're going to play with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder.
A little bit of a chip? I think it's
Quite a large.
quite a large chip.
So big of a chip, it's a chunk. It's like chocolate chip, chocolate chunk.
I'm not even going to. All right.
Okay. All right.
Kennesaw State wins the faceoff. Evan Deere battling for control with the puck goes over to Spicinski. Spicinski, who got tossed after a bad call last night, is looking to make a name for himself today as the puck gets thrown out the neutral ice to Berezinski. Berezinski off the boards, back into the UNC Charlotte zone. Charlotte, fans on a pass. Deere almost got it, but UNC Charlotte takes control again as they cross neutral ice over the blue line of the Kennesaw State zone. A shot goes in through the 5-hole of Berezinski, but stopped up by the legs of Luke Thurston.
Gobbled that up like a hungry goaltender, Andrew, that's for sure.
Was that a board game you played as a kid, Matt? Hungry
Goaltender? No, that's the Canadian version of Hungry Hippos.
Knew it. 12:04 left to go in the first period as Spicinski takes the face-off.
I believe they also had that version in Russia.
Spicinski wins the face-off. Gagne tries to clear it all the way over, but cannot get back. UNC Charlotte with a hard wrister on goal, stopped again by the catching glove of Luke Thurston. Not phased at all tonight.
No, he is a iron will, Luke Thurston is. Nothing will ever phase him. It could be the end times, the apocalypse, and he'd be like, "What do I got? Where I got to make the save?"
He's going to save the meteor crashing towards Earth. He's just going to catch it in his glove hand.
He'll get his equipment on and just go out there and make a glove side save on the meteor.
Why are we like this, Matt?
I don't know. I like it, though.
We have a face-off at neutral ice as the puck was thrown out of play, and it looks like Spicinski's in on the face-off now. The refs are having a nice little conversation. Can't really hear what it's about. And Spicinski for the face-off. The ref taking his time dropping it, and Spicinski wins it. Back to Berezinski. Back to Gagne. Up through the stick of Haas and over the blue line into the UNC Charlotte zone as Charlotte takes control. A bank pass up to neutral ice. Not controlled, though, as Kennesaw State takes control. Haas now tries to tip it up ahead to Spicinski, but no, Deere gets there first, but UNC Charlotte takes control. Charlotte moving up ice over the blue line in a neutral zone. In a Kennesaw zone. A wrist shot batted aside by the stick of Luke Thurston as a UNC Charlotte player absolutely fanned on the centering pass, giving the puck over to Max Haas. Max Haas throws it up ice, attempted for Deere, but it goes all the way to the goaltender who freezes the puck. We will have an offensive zone faceoff for Kennesaw State.
They were able to, towards the end of last game, Andrew, get some better chances off of the faceoff, immediately putting a shot on goal once they won the faceoff. Hopefully we can see that carry over tonight as well.
It seems to be the thing to do as McDonald is on the faceoff, but UNC Charlotte takes it. A hard pass off the boards. Wes Davis controls all the way back around the net for McDonald there to try to control it, but no, he gets shouldered off the puck as UNC Charlotte has it. Charlotte now up ice that is offsides for Kennesaw State as it just barely went over the blue line. Looks like this puck is coming back to neutral ice, and we will have another face-off. This is a very face-off heavy first period with 10:56 left to go.
Yes, it is. Many more stoppages than the previous first period that we had last night. Last night's first period tended to be much more high tempo, a lot faster pace, and it seems that each team is playing a much more calculated, controlled game tonight, or this afternoon. I should say.
Just the sheer energy outbursts of last night.
Exactly. It was incredible to watch, but my goodness.
That was one of the best games of hockey we've seen this year.
Oh, yeah.
Testino now. A pass up from McDonald just out of the reach of his stick. That would have been a fantastic opportunity as McDonald is now battling in the corner. McDonald, Testino, a backhander high over the goaltender. The puck now in the corner as a good shoulder there by Van de Kerkhoff as Charlotte takes control as they throw the puck back off the boards for Davis to control. A slap shot. Looks like a centering pass more like as UNC Charlotte takes control. Charlotte now gives it right back up to Van de Kerkhoff. Van de Kerkhoff gets shouldered off the puck as Charlotte takes control on a 2-on-1, and now they move up ice. It is Wes Davis back as he muscles the other guy off the puck.
Ooh.
And that was a good stifle there by Captain Wes Davis.
I'll tell you what, one thing UNC Charlotte has not been doing a very good job of at all, regardless of their time of possession, which they dominated in last night, their forecheck is pretty much non-existent.
Pretty much, as Testino just lobs the puck all the way into the trapezoid, and UNC Charlotte takes control for Kennesaw State to get some fresh legs on the ice here. UNC Charlotte now over the blue line to neutral ice. They just dump it all the way into the Kennesaw zone for Luke Thurston to play it and for Berezinski to retrieve. Berezinski Moves up ice. A pass attempted for Tisdale. Goes past his stick, and it gets lobbed straight back into the Kennesaw zone for Thurston to play it once again. Gives it up to Wes Davis. Davis off the boards to Moran. Moran up ice.
I will say one thing that we haven't seen quite as much of in this game as opposed to last is the absolute zone domination of UNC Charlotte in the offensive zone of Kennesaw State. Kennesaw State looked like they may have found a bit of an answer to that incredible time of possession difference.
That is true. UNC, nice huge hit there by Sullivan. Almost missed that, but no. UNC Charlotte did a great job last night of keeping the puck in Kennesaw zone, and we couldn't find a way to clear. But you're right, Matt. Tonight we may have found today it is 1:56 in the afternoon. We may have found an answer for that.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're doing well.
It is a nice little cloudy, overcast. Might rain today. Not a very good day, but it's a great day for hockey.
Exactly. It rained last night. It may continue.
8:52 left to go in the first period as the faceoff is won by UNC Charlotte and immediately put on goal as Thurston easily freezes the puck for another faceoff. Spysinski on the faceoff takes it for Haas, but Haas loses control to UNC Charlotte. Berezynski off the board tries to clear, and we do, as the puck goes all the way back down to UNC Charlotte zone. UNC harassed by Deer. Haas there to harass again, but no, it is pushed past him off the boards for Spysinski to play some nice defense as the puck is thrown back to Berezynski, who takes control in his own zone. Berezynski to Spysinski, tries to shovel it up ice, but no, it's in the neutral zone. Up, nice clean hit there by Max Haas as the puck goes into the Kennesaw State bench for another faceoff.
And we get some fresh legs on the ice for Kennesaw State as stoppage in play finally comes to a close with this neutral zone face-off.
UNC Charlotte takes control as a hard puck is put on goal. Almost lost by Luke Thurston, but he gathers again and traps it for another offensive zone faceoff. There's been about 15 or 20 faceoffs already in this first period alone, and there's still 8:14 left to go. A lot of stoppages in play here.
You are not kidding.
Ian McDonald takes the face-off as he throws it up ice off the arm of Vander Kirchhoff, who tries to win a foot race but kicks the puck into the zone. UNC Charlotte back in their own zone. Pushes it up ice into neutral ice and all the way down to the Kennesaw boards as Gagne spins the puck all the way up to Testino at neutral ice, but it is lost to UNC Charlotte once again. UNC Charlotte making a push. Mishandled there, but they get it in front as a nice bit of defense there by Wes Davis flings the puck all the way back to neutral ice. Not a chance for UNC Charlotte there. Gagne back. Spins around behind his net, gives it up to Davis. Davis up ice past everyone in the UNC Charlotte's possession as McDonald goes to chase. An attempted clear is knocked down by Sullivan as UNC Charlotte takes control in their own zone. Kennesaw State almost with another steal, but no, Charlotte has it once again at neutral ice, and Gagne has it now back in his own zone, a bank pass to Moran, as Moran gives it back to Gagne. Gagne to Davis. Davis up ice, attempted for Moran. No, it's Sullivan, and it's just out of reach. Goes back into the UNC zone for UNC to take control. UNC pushing now, stripped by the puck by Gagne. Gagne and Tisdale doing some work in the corner now as the puck is almost floating freely, but is eventually corralled by UNC Charlotte as Moran tries to play some defense there. An attempted wrist shot stopped early by Tisdale, but they get it back. Another shot on goal is stopped by Luke Thurston and cleared by Kennesaw State's Wes Davis. That will go the length of the ice. Nobody touched it. That will be the first icing of the game. That faceoff's coming all the way back to the Kennesaw State zone.
It's cozy down there in the Kennesaw State zone. It looks like UNC Charlotte may have found a little bit of the secret sauce they were cooking with last night in terms of time of possession and dominating the offensive boards.
What flavor is their secret sauce?
Whatever flavors loser. I don't know.
I expect nothing less from you, Matt. UNC Charlotte takes the face-off on an attempted shot just wide of the cage as UNC Charlotte takes control. Attempted centering pass goes to Sullivan. Sullivan backhands it out to Tisdale. Tisdale, nice little move around the UNC Charlotte defenseman as Tisdale fights for control in the corner, and UNC takes possession. UNC Charlotte. Attempted pass, a nice solid hit there by Sullivan as UNC tries to clear, and they get it over the line as Kennesaw must retreat. UNC Charlotte playing with it in their own zone. They make the push-up ice, and that will be a tripping penalty on Evan Deere as his stick just got tangled in the skates of a UNC Charlotte forward.
Not much you can do about that one, Andrew. That is just unfortunate.
6:03 left to go in this first period. We'll have the first penalty of the game. It is on Evan Deere for tripping, and UNC Charlotte will be on the power play for the next 2 minutes. But I have faith because Kennesaw State's power play has been impeccable in these past few games.
It's been unbelievable. You wouldn't even believe it.
I don't believe it. I
would
literally
hope,
can't believe it. It's
I would
unbelievable.
It's like butter. You can't believe it.
But it's there.
What?
I don't know. Ian McDonald on the face-off wins it cleanly, gives it back to Berezinski, tries to clear, and it gets caught in some equipment, and a shot on goal goes under the glove of Luke Thurston, and we have our first score of the night with 6 seconds into the penalty, and it is UNC Charlotte 1, Kennesaw State 0.
Yikes. However, this did happen exactly the same last night, and hopefully, as per the usual, Kennesaw State breaks late like they tend to, and can manage to bring this one back.
I don't know. Last night we scored just a couple minutes after the first goal, so let's see if we can do the same thing here. Maybe just a little bit quicker. Get some momentum back.
Exactly.
UNC Charlotte takes the face-off as they move up ice. A lazy shot put on goal is stopped by the pad of Thurston. Gagne flips the puck up ice into UNC Charlotte's zone as Van de Kerkhoff goes back to chase. UNC Charlotte into Kennesaw State zone as the puck goes all the way over for Gagne in the corner. And no, it goes off some equipment and a shot put on goal as Luke Thurston makes the save. UNC Charlotte on the far side wing. Puck is controlled by Wes Davis as he banks it off the boards. A weird angle bounce as Testino takes it to neutral ice. Testino gets shoved off the puck as he does keep it in the zone. Good job by him. He throws to the empty corner waiting for someone to retrieve. McDonald now trying to make that attempt, gives back over to Testino on the far side boards as UNC Charlotte takes control and they make the push up ice. A lob pass over for almost a retrieval by Gagne, and a centering pass, a shot on Thurston, stopped by his pads, and another save. Looked like it was kicked right at Luke Thurston, but no, he stops that one as well as the puck goes up to Ryan Moran. Moran now throws into the UNC Charlotte zone where it's controlled. Some fresh legs on for Kennesaw State, and a solid hit there by Sam Sullivan. He is doing a good job at hitting everybody tonight. He's leading so far in checks. Kennesaw State throws it to the corner where it's controlled by UNC Charlotte, but no, they dump it back out to neutral ice for Kennesaw to retreat for the no offside call as UNC Charlotte controls in the trapezoid. UNC Charlotte pushing up ice in the neutral zone. Controlled by Tisdale. Tisdale throws it off the boards for Ryan Moran as Ryan Moran takes a little shoulder there, but he's okay as Sullivan dumps it all the way into the corner to chase it down himself. UNC Charlotte controls. Sam Sullivan, another attempted hit. He is hunting people today as the puck goes back to Sullivan's corner, and he does control it. Sullivan now trying to wait for some help as the puck gets free and is controlled by UNC Charlotte, and they do come up with it, make the push up ice. In the Kennesaw State zone, we have almost a shot, but no. Gagne did a great job there, laying flat in the ice, blocking any shot attempt that came through. A centering pass knocked off the puck there by Berezinski. Excuse me, that is Tristan Gagne, sorry. As a hard wrister from neutral ice gets put on the goal to Luke Thurston, and he easily makes that catch.
You saw that one coming from a mile away, Andrew.
Mile away or from neutral ice. I don't know if that's quite a mile, but
that's a metric mile.
It's a metric mile. 3:35 left to go in this first period. I cannot believe you. As Drew Spysinski's on the faceoff. UNC Charlotte takes it. Early shot on goal, but stopped away by Thurston. Another save by Thurston off the rebound, and a third save. No, it was stopped before it can get there, but Thurston stops yet another shot attempt. 3 or 4 saves in a row there by Luke Thurston. As some pressure right off the faceoffs by UNC Charlotte, but Thurston manages to stay under control and keeps his composure and win every battle.
As per the usual.
Drew Spysinski was the faceoff to UNC Charlotte as Charlotte controls behind the goal. Berezinski now trying to muscle his way to the puck, but cannot do it as Spysinski's there to disrupt. There is a man laying on the puck for UNC Charlotte as eventually Spysinski comes up with it, gives it up to Deere as Deere controls in his own corner. Deere trying to find a way to get through, and eventually does. Breaks through into neutral ice, and here comes Deere. Evan Deere. Some good stick handling moves now. Throws a centering pass, knocked away by the stick of the goaltender as UNC Charlotte takes control and pushes up ice. Spysinski A good hard check sends a man
Wow.
down to the ice. Spysinski, known to give some hard hits in his day, as Evan Deer comes up the ice. Deer going around the right side of the goal, flicks it back for Wes Davis off of his skate as a pass goes off the boards, almost straight into my hand, as almost a shot rebounded by Evan Deer, almost put it back in as there's a scrum in the corner by McDonald for the puck, gives it over to Jeremy Van de Kerkhoff as Van de Kerkhoff's in the corner, goes down to one knee, but spins it back around to McDonald. McDonald fighting for control in the corner. McDonald looks like he won the battle. An attempted centering pass is knocked away before it can get there, and a shot high over the left side post as UNC Charlotte takes control, throws it all the way back down the ice, and we will not have an icing. It will not get there in time as Kennesaw State takes control. A shot just flicked up at the goalie to get a little dump and chase going here as Kennesaw State tries to retrieve, and a centering pass almost picked off, but no, UNC Charlotte is on its way. Lazy shot thrown behind Luke Thurston, and another big hit that is by Tristan Gagne this time as Testino is in the corner fighting. Testino is getting double teamed with Tristan Gagne coming to assist, and also McDonald waiting for any puck to go free. McDonald now with possession behind Luke Thurston. That is McDonald. Flicks it up into the rafters off of, looks like some AC ventilation right there, but no, that is a face-off in the Kennesaw State zone.
As if you needed to make it any colder.
We are on ice, Matt.
Oh, zing.
It's pretty cold. That was a zing?
I suppose.
Was it? I wouldn't even call that a zing, and I said it.
You know what? Let me have this.
All right, I'll let you have it. Spysinski on the face-off, wins it, and manages to get his own face-off win as they throw it all the way back down to the UNC Charlotte zone. And they touched it, so there is no icing on the play as UNC Charlotte takes control. A bank pass off is controlled by UNC Charlotte as they move up ice at a pretty quick pace. A little backdrop there for UNC Charlotte. And Max Haas knocks a man off the puck as Evan Deer takes control. Deer tries to give it up to Spysinski, just a bit out of his reach, but Spysinski gets there anyway. Spysinski, a wrist shot stopped by the stick of the goaltender, and a attempted centering pass, but nobody was looking for it as UNC Charlotte moves back up ice. Charlotte now harassed by Berezinski as a shot thrown on goal is turned aside by Thurston. Max Haas now attempted clear. He does back to neutral ice and will go to the bench to get a quick breather as the next line for Kennesaw State comes in. Brian Moran, some good defense right there by his skate as the puck is stopped and frozen by Luke Thurston. And we have some more extracurricular activity this time. That is by Josh Berezinski.
It's getting a little chippy here right towards the end of the first period. We have 27 seconds left to play in the first period. It's been a rather uneventful one aside from that one goal from UNC Charlotte. And especially compared to last game, my golly goodness, it's like a barren wasteland of goals nowadays. Nothing, you can't buy one.
11 goals scored last game, only one so far. Not much activity apart from that one goal.
The goal economy is in the tank.
We've had some good opportunities so far, haven't been able to bury any, as Ryan Moran pushes up ice and Sullivan manages to get back, so we will not have an offside. UNC Charlotte controlling. Tisdale knocks him off the puck as there is 10 seconds left to go in this period.
He managed to kick that puck off of the stick of
Wes Davis, a slap shot on goal, almost, as Tisdale chases down the rebound with 4 seconds left to go. A wrist shot by Berezinski is turned aside by the goaltender, and that is the end of the first, with UNC Charlotte up 1-0, but I have a feeling there was a lot more activity in this second period to come.
All right, everyone. Don't go anywhere. It seems that the technical difficulties may have subsided slightly, very slightly, but rather than harp on that any longer, I would rather flute on it.
Unbelievable.
We will catch you guys at the beginning of the second period. Don't go anywhere. We have some more action coming at you from the Marietta Ice Center right after this. All right, and welcome back, everyone, to the lovely, cozy Marietta Ice Center here in Marietta, Georgia, for the second period of action between the Kennesaw State Fighting Owls and the UNC Charlotte 49ers. Not nearly as good as 50ers, only slightly better than 48ers.
That is the rumor around town, Matt, as Kennesaw State takes the face-off, but UNC Charlotte takes control, and Vander Kirchhoff there to try to rough some people up as Gagne chases the puck into the zone. A backhand shot on goal. Luke Thurston makes 2 saves right in a row. He is not phased at all as Vander Kirchhoff moves the puck up ice. Jeremy Vander Kirchhoff going all the way back down into his own zone. Vander Kirchhoff loses control to UNC Charlotte as UNC Charlotte puts it up ice, and a big hit there by John Testino. Absolutely pancakes a man. And we have, is it an offsides?
Gonna need some Aunt Jemimas for that pancake, Andrew.
That is wow. That's a good reference. Thank you, Matt. That just made my day.
Buddy. Yeah, it made me hungry.
It did. I hop up for this, Matt?
Waffle House.
Oh. I don't know. I only get waffles at Waffle House, not pancakes.
I get the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits.
That is solid
so
as well.
good.
McDonald takes the face-off as the puck is flipped all the way back into the UNC Charlotte zone by Tristan Gagne.
You got me on the food topic so much that when you say McDonald, I could have sworn you were about to just bring up McDonald's.
No, that is our forward, Ian McDonald.
No, I'm well aware. He's a wonderful player and an incredible skater. Super fast.
Speaking of McDonald, he has control as he tries to punch it up ice. Testino does corral it as McDonald moves up ice. McDonald now gets poked off the puck, but throws it around the boards for Vander Kirchhoff. Vander Kirchhoff throws it around for Testino, but UNC Charlotte gets there first as there is now a battle in the corner as Jeremy Vander Kirchhoff comes up with it. Vander Kirchhoff backhands it over McDonald behind the net. McDonald in a foot race, and he wins it. Another scrum in the corner as McDonald ends up taking the puck and it is thrown off the wrist of the referee and into control of UNC Charlotte. UNC Charlotte now trying to clear as the puck is lobbed up to the top of the boards. Not out of play as Wes Davis takes control. Davis throws it back into the UNC Charlotte zone as it ends up flying right past us again, all the way down to the stick of Tristan Gagne.
I'll tell you what, Andrew, I hear tell that Tristan Gagne, who is originally from the UK, that his grandparents are in the UK right now watching and would like we'd like to give them a nice little shout out from Tristan to say hi, Nana and Granddad.
All the way in the UK. We're going global, Matt.
We are broadcasting all the way across the pond, Andrew.
To our old cousins over in the United Kingdom. A shot on goal, turned aside by Luke Thurston, controlled by Ryan Moran as he gives it up to Aaron Tisdale. Tisdale over the blue line. There's a wrist shot on goal, high over the glove of the UNC Charlotte goaltender. What is it, Ritter? Yeah, it's a Ritter.
It's probably Dinkler.
Puck thrown all the way back behind Luke Thurston, and we have an icing. That face-off is coming all the way back down to the Kennesaw State University zone with 17:35 left to go in the second period. Refs having a bit of a discussion right now, probably wondering how they can take penalties away from Kennesaw State.
As per the usual.
Either that or where they're going to eat after this.
What are you thinking? I'm thinking of Charlie's. No, Charlie's is too bland. We should go to Chipotle. No, but that gives me indigestion. We can't go to Chipotle. No, let's go to Moe's. That's like a mild Chipotle. No, let's go to Tin Lizzie's. Wait, no, why are we still on Mexican food? I told you guys I can't eat that. There's too much cheese in my diet.
Matt giving us the play-by-play of the referee's conversation as Spysinski's in on the face-off now. Spysinski wins it over, but right into the stick of UNC Charlotte player as they start to push up ice. Max Haas getting tangled in some equipment now as a shot goes off the stick of Berezinski up into the mesh, on its way towards that Canadian flag, but no, the net saved it.
I don't know, man. I think the Canadian flag could have taken it. It watches a lot of hockey.
It does. Actually, it might be the best at it. Spysinski on the face-off now. Spysinski wins it, gives it back to Berezinski as it's thrown along the boards for Evan Deere to chase. A centering pass, a backhander stop before it can get to Thurston as Max Haas takes control on his own circle. Haas now gets shouldered off the puck as it's thrown back into the stick of Luke Thurston, who traps it for another face-off in the Kennesaw State zone.
UNC Charlotte having a bit more time than they had in the first period here in the offensive zone for themselves. Seems like they're very slowly but surely cracking that ever-elusive offense nut.
Emphasis on slowly because this has not been an energetic first 3 minutes of this period. Both teams really taking their time trying to outwit each other.
Yeah, this is like last night's game. If last night's game took NyQuil.
Yes, but there probably still would have been more hits last game. McDonald
Very true.
now in their own zone, a centering pass to Vanderkerkhoff. As Vanderkerkhoff, a centering pass to Testino as it is deflected up and high into the mesh for a face-off in the Kennesaw, in the UNC Charlotte zone.
I'll tell you what, Testino couldn't believe that he let that one go high. He puts his hands on his head like, oh, my goodness, that was my chance, my shot at greatness. And don't worry, bud. There's going to be plenty more. There's a lot of hockey left to play. We got 17 minutes left.
He had his shot for greatness last night and actually buried the shot, but it was robbed by the referee. So I'll still give that one to you, Testino, but sorry, the refs won't.
No.
The puck is won off the face-off and frozen by Daniel Ritter for another face-off in the UNC Charlotte zone. I'm really happy his name is easier to pronounce than last night, Matt.
Then what? Bellew?
Bellew.
Fred Bellew?
No, we just got Ritter today.
That's okay. Hopefully, he will be more of a sieve than even Bellew was, because Bellew let through 5 goals, let's not forget.
Here's open. Kennesaw State wins the face-off as Ryan Moran throws it around the boards for Tisdale to chase. Tisdale ends up winning it, gives it over to Sullivan, who banks it off the boards, attempted for Ryan Moran, but UNC Charlotte gets there first. Moran tips the puck back to Sullivan. Sullivan around the boards for UNC Charlotte. UNC Charlotte starting the push. Neutralize. A big hit back in the zone by Sam Sullivan as a lazy shot put on goal, stopped easily by Luke Thurston as Berezinski tries to control, but Charlotte gets there first. Puck goes to the high point. A wrist shot on goal, stopped by the leg of Justin Berezinski as the puck goes all the way back down to the UNC Charlotte zone, and we will have an icing. 16:06 left to go in the second period. That faceoff will come all the way back to the Kennesaw State zone in front of our own goaltender, Luke Thurston. And let's see what we can do.
You know, by this time, last game, there were like 17 goals and a fight and like a UFC match right in the middle. It was like Conor McGregor came out. It was weird. So it's good to see that this game has calmed down quite a bit.
That's a very, very accurate recap of last game.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Aaron Tisdale and on the face-off now. Tisdale ends up winning it as Berezinski goes over to assist, and the puck is thrown all the way back down to the UNC Charlotte zone. You'll have a second icing, as once again that puck is coming all the way back in front of Luke Thurston. We have some conversation here by the referee telling him to get back on the ice.
That was funny. Kennesaw tried sneaking a change in there. They're like, maybe they won't notice.
I think they noticed. Ryan Moran tried to be the slippery little snake and get off the ice, but no, he was caught.
It's a slippery little snake.
What's this ref yelling at Kennesaw for?
What are you doing, dude?
Haas wasn't even on the ice. What are you talking about?
Refs forcing a change?
Refs making a change for Kennesaw State, immediately trying to put the favor back for UNC Charlotte as Tisdale.
Oh, no, not another.
Tisdale loses the faceoff,
like
and we have a third icing in a row. Let's see if the refs try to substitute any more of Kennesaw State's players.
Ooh, we got a little jaw-jackery is what they called it back in the 1800s, probably, between Berezinski and Fawcett.
Ah, Fawcett with 2 S's, not even a C. Aaron Tisdale takes the face-off, throws it back to Berezinski. Berezinski getting stonewalled there between 2 UNC Charlotte players as there was a big scrum in the corner between Tisdale, Berezinski, and 2 UNC Charlotte players.
Oh, dude. Fawcett and Berezinski are going to go at it,
They
man.
really are. Tisdale now takes a check from 2 UNC Charlotte players. That is what it takes to get him onto the ice because one guy just isn't enough. Berezinski now playing some solid D. Disrupts the shot now as Berezinski and Dinkler go at it.
Dinkler.
Dink.
Yeah, we're going to call him the Dink for the rest of the episode.
Episode?
Yeah, this is a comedy. This is all scripted. We wrote these.
we fixed the games as well.
No, we wrote the games. Like, these are actors. These are not hockey players.
Awesome. Spysinski on the face-off now. Puck trapped in the skate of the UNC Charlotte player as Davis throws it off the boards up to attempted for Haas, and it goes all the way back to neutral ice for Deer to chase. Deer going to give that UNC Charlotte player a little bit of trouble there as Charlotte takes control, but is thrown off of Max Haas as they have to retreat back to neutral ice. UNC Charlotte spins it all the way back around the boards for Tristan Gagne as he banks it back behind Luke Thurston for Wes Davis. Davis now turns on a dime. Throws it all the way up for Jeremy Vanderkerkhoff as he crosses the blue line into the UNC Charlotte zone. Stick handle move there. It is poked off the puck by UNC Charlotte. And UNC Charlotte starts the other way, but immediately gives back to West Davis as Davis gives to Vanderkerkhoff. It's Deer. A wrist shot. No, that is stopped by whoever number 11 is before it can get to the goal.
Whoever that guy is.
That is Zachary Broski.
Yo, Broski.
Haas throws it back behind the net as UNC Charlotte takes control once again as they flip it up ice off the helmet of some poor UNC Charlotte player as Gagne throws it straight back in to the UNC zone.
Gave him a little bit of a dome piece there.
Just a small one. Not a major one.
Something to think about. What's on your mind? It's the hockey puck.
UNC going up ice, throws it off the mask of Luke Thurston. Way to use your head there, bud, as Testino chases it down. Davis throws it up for Ian McDonald as McDonald wins the foot race and is waiting behind the net. A centering pass to Vanderkerkhoff as it almost squeaks in past the left post, but no. Daniel Ritter got his skate on it and managed to cover.
Tell you what, Daniel Ritter has kept his wits about him.
He has. I'm actually kind of surprised considering all the opportunities the Kennesaw's had.
Exactly.
13:56 left to go in the second period of action here. Score still 1-0, but you already knew that thanks to the glorious readout created by my own Matt Leonard.
Hey, buddy.
Puck almost put out of play, but eventually drops back down to the ice as Testino now has it as he throws it all the way back into the trapezoid of the UNC Charlotte zone. UNC Charlotte with control behind Ritter. Charlotte now all the way up ice to the stick of Berezinski as Berezinski throws it back straight into the zone. Testino now giving chase, but UNC Charlotte has it behind their own net. UNC Charlotte bringing up ice. Knocked off the puck there by Ian McDonald as McDonald goes down to the corner to retrieve a centering pass almost, but no, that was a UNC Charlotte player and not Jeremy Vanderkerkhoff, the guy he was looking for.
He is so fast. He can poke those pucks away just incredibly quickly.
He is.
Blinding speed.
UNC Charlotte going all the way back for Berezinski to knock him off the puck as it goes all the way to Testino to McDonald. McDonald kicks the puck to himself as he gets tangled in some equipment. Almost looked like a hook there, but no, that is offsides on Kennesaw State. As if Ian McDonald could have made that amazing kick pass to himself, if that would have been clean, that would have been one heck of a move.
Absolutely. It would have been something to write home about for sure. You may be writing home as far as across the pond on this broadcast, Andrew.
All the way to England.
All the way. 100% of the distance.
Aaron Tisdale in on the face-off now as the puck goes back to Davis. Davis, up ice attempted from Moran. Moran cannot get there in time as UNC Charlotte takes control. And the puck is lobbed back behind Tristan Gagne, but Gagne stops him before he can go any further, and it goes back to Davis. Davis to Tisdale. Tisdale gets shoulder off the puck, but goes straight back into his stick as a nice little fight in the corner for it, and UNC Charlotte comes up with it as he gets knocked off to the stick of Davis, who lobs it straight back down the ice. And that will be another icing.
My goodness, there's more icing than a snow cone stand here.
Snow cone stand?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a bakery because, cakes.
Icing.
I like cakes.
Fair play, Andrew. Fair play.
Yes. Aaron Tisdale now in on the faceoff for Kennesaw State. Kennesaw State wins the faceoff as Tristan Gagne takes control, puts it over the blue line for Aaron Tisdale to chase it down. Tisdale in the corner by himself. Attempted backhander pass. It is picked off before it can get there as UNC Charlotte makes the push up ice. UNC Charlotte now puts it back on the trapezoid, harassed by Davis as the puck is thrown to Sullivan. Sullivan takes a hip check there into the boards. Puck goes to the high point as we have a wrist shot on goal. No, it is wide of the left post. Luke Thurston didn't even have to move to make that save. Sam Sullivan cannot play the puck as it goes all the way back down to the UNC Charlotte zone. And not enough for an icing, but UNC Charlotte does have control. UNC Charlotte pushing up ice, lobs it straight into Luke Thurston. An awkward bouncing puck snapped up into the chest of Luke Thurston, and we will have another offensive zone faceoff for UNC Charlotte. Luke Thurston's been on his game tonight so far, only letting one goal through, and that was on a power play. But everything else, he has stopped cleanly with 11:42 left to go in this second period. Spysinski coming in on the faceoff now, having some words with the referee, probably telling him, hey, I was hooked a couple times. Why aren't you calling this? Spysinski wins the faceoff, a backhand shot on goal. Almost, but no, it is wide of Luke Thurston's net. Deer almost knocked off the puck there, but he keeps moving forward as Haas remains onside. Deer now behind the net. A pass all the way up attempted for Spicinski, but it was just a bit too wide as Berezinski chases it all the way back down the length of the ice and gets there first. Berezinski back to Spicinski. Spicinski off the boards to Deer, but it is knocked back down to Spicinski as he puts it off the other side boards for UNC Charlotte to control. Deer cuts shoulder him off the puck, but to no avail as Haas comes in and eventually pokes him off. And an awkward pass down to the boards as Haas attempts to check now, but no, he is stopped as Evan Deer is in the zone. Deer wrist shot on goal, and he scores! Evan Deer with a mean wrist shot. It looked like it might have been off the left side post, but it manages to bank in. And we have a tie hockey game here, 1-1. With 10:55 left to go in this second period, Evan Deer with an absolute rocket from the right side point puts the first goal past Daniel Ritter. And that was a hot shot right there. Kennesaw State might be awakened a little bit by that goal from Evan Deer as there is 10:55 left to go. McDonald takes the face-off now. Kennesaw State looking a bit energized as McDonald takes the control of the puck and throws it all the way back behind the boards. UNC Charlotte almost gives it up, and yes, they almost give it up to Testino, but they have control now as it goes all the way back to the long reach of Tristan Gagne as now UNC Charlotte throws a shot right past the right post of Luke Thurston. And now Gagne is back to try to heckle the defense, UNC Charlotte a little bit more. McDonald now around the boards. The far side point. UNC Charlotte moving towards the middle of the ice. A shot caught easily by Luke Thurston. I could barely see that puck as Luke Thurston made that tremendous glove side save.
I'll tell you what, I should go to the bathroom more often.
Why? Because Evan Deer scored while you were there?
Yeah, absolutely. If it gets his goal count up, right?
Then get back in the bathroom. What are you doing here?
It's crowded in there.
A shot turned aside before he can get to the goal by Berezinski as UNC Charlotte takes control again. UNC Charlotte knocked off the puck as McDonald takes control, gives up the Testino, but the puck hops right over his stick, but eventually ends up in the possession of Vander Kirchhoff. A neat little swim move now. Looked like an attempted centering pass, knocked aside before he can get there as Vander Kirchhoff is still battling in the corner. Vander Kirchhoff and Testino trying to get there, but Vander Kirchhoff comes up with it. Vander Kirchhoff, a shot off the pipe, off the left side post. A centering pass by Testino, but nobody was home to put it there. And Vander Kirchhoff is now battling on the boards as UNC Charlotte takes control.
Turning up the heat in the ice center here is Kennesaw State. Their offense has been tenacious as of late.
UNC Charlotte going all the way back behind Thurston as a shot put off the knee of Berezinski as Berezinski does an excellent job there defending.
Did he think he had any chance of getting that one through the trees that we have on our team?
I don't think so, as Berezinski was there to make that nice little knee pad save. Hand pass there, but no, is waved off as controlled by UNC Charlotte. Ian McDonald now behind Luke Thurston as he spins around. Nice bit of stick handling there as he gets shouldered off the puck, but no, manages to get it all the way past, but not quite a clear. A wrist shot on goal, almost lost. No, it is lost, but no, it is trapped up by Luke Thurston as Berezinski and Miller exchange some words after the fact.
Absolutely. Berezinski was able to actually get the puck, I believe, back to Luke Thurston during that little exchange, during that traffic in front. Thus, they gave each other a pat on the back once that play stopped.
Yeah, they're
Luke
good buddies.
Thurston was like, hey, thanks for the assist, buddy. I appreciate it. He was like, no, don't even trip, chocolate chip.
Yeah, no, they're just good buddies. They go to parties together.
Do they really?
I don't know.
That'd be
Just
sick.
spitballing here.
That'd be awesome. They should invite us. What?
Why are you like this, Matt?
What?
8:55. 8:55 left to go in the second period.
Oh, it'd be so funny if we found like one of them on campus and just like walked behind them with microphones, just like pretending to narrate everything
Matt,
they're doing that day.
if I see one of them on campus, I'm getting out my phone and I'm getting an interview because then we can play that during the stream and it will be absolutely hilarious.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be so cool.
So now it's just a scavenger hunt of who can find a hockey player on campus first.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
I'm a Marietta campus. I feel like I
I
won't be.
feel like I'm winning this, considering I go to the Commons every day.
Yeah, exactly.
UNC Charlotte taking control. A centering pass right between the legs of a UNC Charlotte player as they go back to neutral ice. They must lob it back in, or that would be an offsides. Davis flips it all the way up off the boards to Moran, but UNC Charlotte gets there first as Tisdale is there to give chase. Puck thrown straight into the UNC Charlotte bench as Gagne was there to harass. Look how small number 23 looks next to our own Tristan Gagne.
It's incredible.
That man is huge.
He is he is large. On the ice is just intimidating. It's like, oh, goodness, man.
The skate's at about 4 inches to your height.
It's like, how can you play against that with any sort of morale?
With that kind of reach, too, like, he's probably got a huge reach with that hockey stick.
Dude, he poke-checked God once. It was incredible.
Unbelievable. Spysinski with a pass behind Luke Thurston as Evan Deere has knocked up the puck, but Spysinski's there to retrieve and gives it back to Tristan Gagne. Gagne to Davis. Davis. Attempted pass to neutral ice, but no, it is knocked up, and Spysinski's able to glove it down and give it over to Deere. Deere. Nice little swim move there, gives it up to Haas. Haas. Attempted centering pass off the skate of some poor UNC Charlotte player's ankle, and goes straight into the mesh for an offensive zone faceoff for Kennesaw State University.
Yeah, absolutely. UNC for a while there had they pitched a nice little tent in the offensive zone and camped out in the Kennesaw State side of the ice. However, it looks like Kennesaw State may have an opportunity now to maybe take the lead. Oh my goodness! And a huge hit by Haas. Oh my goodness, that was incredible. He absolutely laid him out. He said nighty night.
Slap shot there by Berezzinski. Haas does not look like the biggest guy on the ice, but he's not letting anyone else know that. He packs a punch with that hit. Oh, my goodness.
An absolute wallop, Andrew.
That slap shot attempt by Berezzinski was stopped by Daniel Ritter as we have another offensive zone faceoff. Spysinski wins it, gives it up to Deere. Deere now in the corner. Gets wrestled off the puck there, but Tristan Gagne, that is Max Haas comes in to assist as Evan Deere now gets, we have a cross-check penalty
immediately. Somebody took offense to that hit, Haas. Oh.
The ref forgets how to skate for a second. That's what he gets for not calling that penalty. As we still have a delayed penalty as Evan Deere's behind the net. We have an empty net for the extra attacker, but no, UNC Charlotte covers. As Haas takes a late hit and is now going after some people. And we have the first power play for Kennesaw State University off of a cross-checking penalty that sent Max Haas to the ice with 6:57 left to go in this second period.
I'll tell you what, they took offense to that absolute hit stick that Haas put on a player in front of the UNC net there, and tried to respond, but they responded with a penalty. So we'll take a nice little 2-minute power play. Thank you very much.
See, that's the thing is Haas's hit nice and clean, shoulder to chest, just knocked
textbook.
Him flat out.
If you looked up hockey hit in the dictionary, it would be a video of that. It's incredible how up to date these dictionaries can be nowadays. It literally just happened, yeah.
Kennesaw State in their offensive zone for the faceoff as Kennesaw ends up winning it. Wes Davis with control. Davis now on the far side point. A shot on goal hits the logo of Daniel Ritter's chest and is stopped for the first save.
That one was actually going high glove side, but it looked like it was deflected before it actually got to him, and it bounced right into his breadbasket. Maybe if that one had gone uninterrupted, uninterfered with, then perhaps they would have been able to extend their lead.
Kennesaw State wins the faceoff as Wes Davis takes control. A centering pass for Testino, but there's a lot of traffic there as the puck goes all the way back down to Kennesaw zone for Luke Thurston to play it. Luke Thurston wants a little pass off the boards to Vanden Kirchhoff as Vanden Kirchhoff controls. Vanden Kirchhoff back behind Thurston as he starts to push up ice. Loses the puck, though, but gets it back. Gives it over to Captain Wes Davis. Davis behind Thurston. Davis up to McDonald into neutral ice. Into the UNC zone. McDonald absolutely flying down the ice. Gives it up to Vanden Kirchhoff at the point. As Vanden Kirchhoff tries to throw all the way over. And he manages actually to connect on the pass as the puck goes all the way back out to Wes Davis with 1 minute left to go on this power play. Davis. Puck ends up to Vanden Kirchhoff as Vanden Kirchhoff goes back to Deere. Deere to McDonald. McDonald to Deere. Deere to Davis.
The puck movement's incredible.
It is, but Wes Davis was knocked off of the puck there by UNC Charlotte player as we might have a shorthanded opportunity. No, Davis gets back and a shot off the post. And Jeremy Vanden Kirchhoff controls. 3-on-2 developing as Testino gives it back to Vanden Kirchhoff. Puck was a little bit out of his reach as UNC Charlotte goes back up ice with 30 seconds left to go on this power play. Good poke check there by Wes Davis as Davis controls the puck. Davis flips back up to Spysinski as there is 20 seconds left to go on this power play. We might have time for one final push. And we have a stoppage in play. Not quite sure what that was for.
Perhaps it was an offside? Yeah, it looks like it was an offside.
Okay, we have an offside then with 16 seconds left to go on this Kennesaw State power play. Score tied 1-1. You already knew that thanks to the little graphic by Matt. And 16 seconds left to go on this power play. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Elvis is actually announcing with me tonight.
Yeah, shout out to Elvis. If anybody's Elvis tonight, be sure to let us know in the Twitch chat, twitch.tv/Super Gamecast Brothers.
You don't have to advertise our stream. They're watching our stream.
I know. Look, I can't plug this stream anywhere else, so I got to plug the stream on the stream.
I guess so. As the power play expires, back to full strength hockey, as Kennesaw State loses control of the puck in the UNC Charlotte zone. UNC Charlotte pushing up ice. Nice, good hard shoulder there by Berezinski as Gagne takes control. Gagne pass up the Testino, but it's a bit too high as a shot goes all the way past the left post of Luke Thurston, and Berezinski controls. Tries to clear, but to no avail as Spicinski stops the shot attempt. And Gagne goes all the way to the corner. Centering pass to nobody. UNC still takes control. A hard slap shot. Elbowed down by Luke Thurston. Heads up play there.
That one
none other than our own goaltender, Luke Thurston.
That one was coming at him with the speed of a bullet, Andrew, but he was like, no, thank you. I watched enough Matrix in my life to know that that's not going to faze me. I'm not playing that.
To know how to elbow down a hockey puck?
Sure, yeah.
I must have missed that part of the Matrix.
It's in the extended cut.
Of course it is. Offside call, 4:02 left to go in the second period. Score tied 1-1, and we will have a neutral zone face-off. For some reason, the face-off is in the UNC Charlotte zone. I am not complaining. I just have no idea why.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Hey, I'll take it.
That's okay.
Tisdale coming in.
I would also like to announce to everybody. Ooh, takes a tumble right there real quick. But I would like to announce to everyone watching this that may be having some issues with their video feed that we are keeping a live recording of this broadcast, and you can watch that later tonight or possibly tomorrow on our YouTube channel. Just search for Super Gamecast Bros on YouTube. Same logo. It's the same good folks that run the Twitch channel. They sound like swell guys, Andrew.
They do. I mean, considering that nobody else works on this but us, I don't know who else would do it.
Yeah, exactly. You can find that on our YouTube channel. That'll be the full quality, smooth version of the video. And again, we apologize for anything, any choppiness.
For all your highlight-taking needs.
Exactly. That'll be one for, I believe, who's the one that watches this to take stats? Is that Gagne?
That's
Gagne takes the stats. So, yeah, he'll watch these and keep stats of the game. So he'll be thankful that we're doing this. We can do it. We did it for the entirety of this game, but only for the third period of last game, sadly.
Yeah, that was a last-minute
Oh, my goodness, and a centering pass is fielded by Vanderkerkhoff. Sorry to cut you off there, Andrew, but a beautiful centering pass. Catches Ritter sleeping on that one. Oh, my goodness, and they tell you what, they take every opportunity to bury that one and bring this lead to 2-1 for your Kennesaw State Fighting Owls here with 3:11 left to play in the second.
Always good to have a lead. It feels right. It feels nice.
It's the natural order of things. Owls are predators.
Against the 49ers.
Yeah, everyone knows the 49ers, the gold miners' natural predator, the owl.
was in fact a Kennesaw Fighting Owl.
Exactly.
Followed him all the way there. As Spicinski with a hard wrist shot.
Ooh.
Almost a rebound attempt from Max Haas. But no, it bounces just wide. Haas, a nice little job there, shouldering off the puck as Haas takes control.
Wow, I'll tell you what, that was a great physical play there. Haas almost lifted a UNC player off of the ice with his shoulder as he manages to crowd the puck with it. It was incredible.
Berezinski gets tripped up in the corner as someone ends up losing their stick. It is thrown into the UNC Charlotte bench as Berezinski and Spicinski fight for control in the corner. Spicinski ends up with it, throws it back to the high point for UNC Charlotte. A wrist shot knocked straight down by Evan Deere as the puck goes all the way back down and is frozen by Daniel Ritter.
Wow, I'll tell you what, that was a great hustle getting back there by, I believe that may have been Haas and Deere, to force Ritter to freeze that puck rather than just bump it back out to one of his defensemen. Great hustle there, and it pays dividends with a face-off in the offensive zone for Kennesaw State.
Well, actually, Matt, there was a penalty on that play. on Drew Spicinski.
Well, forget I said anything.
So that will be a 2-minute power play for UNC Charlotte.
That'll take us down to 22 seconds left in this period.
And the last power play for UNC Charlotte, they scored early, about 6 seconds into it. So hopefully we can stop this one before they can do any more damage.
Absolutely, and that is a lot of damage, Andrew.
Luke Thurston back giving some love to his best friends, the left post and the right post. And he is ready for this face-off.
They go to parties with him.
They do. He brings those
What
things
if he
everywhere.
brings the net with him?
Good.
My goodness.
All right, Gagne, come on. A little higher, that would have killed me. My goodness, I'm scared for my life.
He has got the he put the lumber on that one, let's
An
just say.
absolute rocket straight towards us.
He was like Albert Pujols on that one, my goodness.
Puck's it all the way back in for Wes Davis, and Davis almost able to clear, but it stopped at the high point. Puck gets thrown all the way back for Gagne. Gagne, a hard slapper, gets just a piece of it, but it stays in the Kennesaw zone. A centering pass as we have a wrist shot on goal. It's knocked aside by Luke Thurston. UNC Charlotte still has control.
Yeah, stick side arm save for Luke Thurston. That was incredible.
That was, as UNC Charlotte has the puck on the far side point, all the way to the near point. Centering pass, wrist shot, nothing. Just absolutely fan of that shot. And Tristan Gagne just blasts the puck straight back to the opposite end of the ice for another clear. With 1 minute left to go in this power play, McDonald doing a fantastic job. Ends up stealing the puck in the UNC Charlotte zone as he gives it all the way back to Berezinski to kill some time.
Hit him with the old razzle-dazzle, Andrew.
Yes, he
Kill off
did.
some time on that penalty. That was fantastic.
UNC Charlotte charging headfirst into the zone as Berezinski loses an edge, but UNC Charlotte, a centering pass tipped off by, that is, the Berezinski brothers, the pair of them.
Both of them.
Just Berezinski's all over the ice.
It's 2 times the Berezinski power.
Another save by Luke Thurston.
What did I call them yesterday? I called them Airbnb.
Yes, I'm glad you remembered that. I'm so happy.
Don't sound like it.
Jeremy Vandekerkhoff there to harass as the puck goes down to the corner for UNC Charlotte. Vandekerkhoff, a nice piece of defense there as he puts a stick on the puck and knocks it straight back into the UNC Charlotte zone with 15 seconds left to go on this power play. 30 seconds left to go in this second period with a 2-1 lead for the KSU Owls. UNC Charlotte bringing it on in. Puck at the point, a wrist shot, almost deflected in behind Luke Thurston, but Thurston gets back in time. Thurston takes a shot. It looks like
And a penalty will be called.
number 5, that is James Dinkler, just put a huge hit on Berezinski, which sent him straight into Luke Thurston. That should be goaltender interference.
He's pleading his case, but he's not having any of that one as Dinkler gets sent to the Dinkle box.
See, but what's funny, what I find hilarious, Matt, how many times did that net get dislodged yesterday?
More times than I can count, Andrew.
Yes, but it takes 2 guys, one of those guys being the almighty Luke Thurston, getting thrown into the net for that thing to dislodge.
Absolutely. Hopefully, I mean, luckily, he looks fine. He's got a smile on his face. Luke Thurston's just all right. And I'll tell you what, we have another power play here that will carry us into the third period for Kennesaw State. Hopefully they can extend this lead even further going into the third.
19 seconds left to go in the second period as Gagne controls. Gagne with a attempted shot goes to Spicinski. An early shot on goal stopped by Daniel Ritter. 13.7 left to go in the second period. And like Matt said, this will carry over into the third period with 1:55 left to go on this power play. Spicinski in for the faceoff. Spicinski wins it. Back to Berezinski. Berezinski throws lobs it all the way down to the boards for, it looks like, Tisdale.
Impeccable touch on that lob, Andrew.
It was. 4 seconds left to go. A centering pass. Almost. That was a good opportunity. 1 second left. And that is time for the second period of play.
All right, everyone, don't go anywhere. We have the third period of action between Kennesaw State and UNC Charlotte here. Don't go anywhere. We will be back momentarily for some third period action. Well, hey there, everybody. It's good to see you again. We are back in the Marietta Ice Center with 1:41 left on a Kennesaw State power play from the previous period. Getting underway here is the final period of action in the final game of this two-game series between Kennesaw State Fighting Owls and UNC Charlotte's 49ers. Andrew, take it away, why don't you?
Will do. Kennesaw State wins the face-off initially as McDonald attempts a shot sprawling to the ice, but it is stopped by a skate of UNC Charlotte. We might have a shorthanded opportunity. A wrist shot on goal is snapped up by the catching glove of Luke Thurston. 1:22 left to go in this power play.
Luke Thurston's like, I'm not going to let a shorthander through. No, thank you.
No, that's not in my repertoire.
No, I don't believe in such things, such heresy.
All right, then. Ian McDonald on the face-off. And KSU taps it back out to UNC Charlotte, and we have a wrist shot wide of the goal as UNC Charlotte is attacking here while they are
why
on
are they
the penalty.
able
It's
to
okay.
establish any offense at all?
Don't know.
No, thank you.
Wes Davis now faking one way, going the other as he throws a pass up ice to McDonald as McDonald throws it back into the zone. Testino going all the way down to the corner, just slams a man against the boards as Testino is fighting for control, but no, UNC Charlotte manages to clear once again. Wes Davis going back to retrieve the exceptionally slow clear from UNC Charlotte. Wes Davis attempts a pass, gets broken up early as UNC Charlotte is apparently trying to make a play from the seat of his pants.
Trying to take a nap on the puck.
He is. Aaron Tisdale throws it back into the KSU zone. UNC Charlotte with a long clear, almost gloved up by Vander Kirchhoff as we have a UNC Charlotte player that might get there first, but Thurston's there to stick handle it away. Drew Spicinski now in a scrum in the corner as it is taken by Testino, who throws it up to Aaron Tisdale. Tisdale into the zone. Testino gets tripped.
Nobody
Shocker.
on that tripping call. Okay.
Guess not, as UNC Charlotte takes it back over the blue line towards the Kennesaw zone. Berezinski back to play some defense. A wrist shot way wide of the net as it goes all the way to the stick of Drew Spicinski, almost to Aaron Tisdale, and it goes back around off the outside of the cage.
I'll tell you what, there is nothing more nerve-wracking than watching a puck from this angle bounce off the outside of the cage.
It is a bit scary as the power play expires with 18 minutes flat left to go in this third period. UNC Charlotte controlling now. Neutral ice, a long wrist shot, easily caught and set down and tapped over to Tristan Gagne. That give him a nice little gift as UNC Charlotte keeps back in the zone.
He's like, I got you this. Here you go, bud.
I bought this at Target. It's going to go great.
The Sears that's going out of business near here. I bought it there. It was 60% off.
Almost a redirect in, but no, Thurston there was there to stop it with his glove side hand as Max Haas gets taken down to the ice, but not before giving it up to Berezinski, who goes over the blue line into the UNC Charlotte zone. Evan Deere now harassing a man with the puck, and it goes back to Wes Davis as Davis blasts it in off the boards all the way back around for UNC Charlotte to control. Evan Deere now in the forecheck. Vander Kirchhoff as the puck is going just lightly tapped over to Wes Davis as the puck, it looks like, was lost in the equipment of Daniel Ritter, but he ends up finding it and covers it for a face-off in the UNC Charlotte zone.
He can't even find the puck in his own equipment.
So what makes you think he can stop it out of the air?
That's what I've been saying this whole time. All right, an offensive zone face-off here for Kennesaw State. We get another one of those. Always a treat.
Always. Ian McDonald didn't take it as McDonald wins it cleanly, but just a little too much mustard on that. Throws it back to Wes Davis.
He won the face-off too hard.
Gagne fires the puck all the way back in the UNC Charlotte zone as Vander Kirchhoff is there to stifle it. And Vander Kirchhoff is in a fight in the corner, but no, it is taken by UNC Charlotte. UNC Charlotte over the blue line, a slap shot way wide. Thurston didn't even have to move for that one as it goes all the way back to the near side corner. Gagne with that's a lot of man to deal with right there. There's no way that UNC Charlotte player could have got that puck. Wes Davis now tries to clear, but it ends up in the stick of McDonald as Vander Kirchhoff goes. Looks like McDonald was tripped. We're looking for a penalty, but of course they haven't called a tripping penalty this entire series. Why would they call one now? As the puck is frozen by Daniel Ritter.
Another offensive zone face-off. Wouldn't you know it?
16:22 left to go in this third period. We retain our one-goal lead and see if we can build on it.
Looks like Testino and McDonald having some words with the ref. Like, guys, can you please get some glasses? Get a prescription visor on that thing, please.
Well, because they both got
my
tripped.
Goodness. Yeah, exactly. Because, my goodness, they're saying. They're tripping us.
Aaron Tisdale in on the face-off. Wins it to Sullivan, who gives it almost back to Tisdale, but it's a bit outside as it goes to UNC Charlotte. Tisdale able to glove it over to Berezinski as we have, looks like a hand pass.
Interesting. Ooh, good song.
If the speakers would work, we could hear the whole thing.
This is also very true.
It's cutting out every fifth note.
Just like our frames.
Just like our slideshow of a game, as you called it.
Absolutely.
That's why we're uploading it to YouTube later.
I can't wait to watch the full smooth version on YouTube.
It's going to be marvelous.
It'll be incredible, actually.
Aaron Tisdale on the face-off wins it, but it ends up in the possession of UNC Charlotte before they can clear it as a centering pass goes between two UNC Charlotte players, but no one decided to act on it. Berezinski now in the corner. Gives it up to Tisdale as Tisdale starts the break. Aaron Tisdale churning up ice. We'll get a backhander on goal, and it is stopped in the pads of Daniel Ritter. That was a good opportunity. A nice burst of speed there by Aaron Tisdale. He doesn't just hit people, Matt. He gets opportunities.
That's the thing about Tisdale. He has been known for these, over the past, 4 or 5 weeks to be a really physical player and to really put the lumber on people. But I'll tell you what, he is very nimble on his skates.
He is.
Super quick.
Drew Spycinski on the face-off. UNC Charlotte takes it as the puck is back in the possession. A little bit of Kennesaw State. No, UNC Charlotte takes it once again. UNC Charlotte moving up ice. We have a 3-on-2 here. No, 3-on-3. Max Haas gets back in a hard wrist shot stopped by the chest of none other than your very own, your Kennesaw State Fighting Owl, Luke Thurston.
It'd be weird if he wasn't.
He's the one that guards the nest.
Yes, he does.
Owls.
For all of the little ducklings like Tisdale.
Max Haas deflects a hard shot as he chases it all the way back down to the UNC Charlotte zone. Back drops it for Deer. Deer, a hard slapper off the skate of a UNC Charlotte player as UNC Charlotte takes control once again. UNC moving it up ice. Still in their own zone as they finally get it to neutral ice, but no, it is stopped by Davis. Gives it on over to Gagne. Gagne throws it, just a nice little lob pass in off the pads of the goaltender as UNC Charlotte takes it once again. Is harassed by Deer. Deer in a scrum in the corner. A centering pass, it looks like. No, Haas cannot get there in time, but Deer does. Deer in the corner again. Getting just getting beat up by these two UNC defensemen as Fysinski takes a hit in the corner, but Deer able to stay on his skates. Wes Davis gives it on over to Max Haas as Haas throws it back into the UNC Charlotte zone. 14:50 left to go in this third period of action as we have is it a penalty or an icing? I don't think it went far enough for it to be an icing, right?
I think they called it an icing.
They were just barely at neutral zone.
I don't know about
Okay,
that
guess
one.
we got an icing.
I don't know about all that one.
Face-off going all the way back into Kennesaw State zone as Drew Spycinski comes in to take the face-off.
They've been giving away more trips this game than Oprah Winfrey.
That was good.
Thanks, buddy. I was going to go with more trips than a travel agent, but
That would also have been good. That would have actually been better. You should have gone. You should have done that.
Darn
one.
it.
Puck bounces all the way around the rink, but ends up in the glove of Luke Thurston for another offensive zone faceoff for UNC Charlotte. More trips than a travel agent. God, you really should have said that one. That missed opportunity, Matt.
Sorry. I'm sorry I failed you.
Aaron Tisdale now on the faceoff.
Yes, indeed.
Tisdale
And
loses the faceoff to UNC Charlotte. A hard slapper off the looks like the shin of Sam Sullivan. How does that not sting? I don't care how many pads you have on. That's a hard rubber puck coming at you.
yeah, I mean, they watch a lot of hockey.
They do. Sullivan tangled up, looking for a penalty, but to no avail as UNC Charlotte goes back in their own zone. A centering pass knocked off the puck by Tisdale as the puck goes all the way to Sullivan. Sullivan up to Moran. Moran pass to Sullivan, but no, a UNC Charlotte player intercepts as it goes all the way back to the stick of Berezinski. Berezinski to Tisdale. Tisdale takes it back to reset. Tisdale over to Berezinski. Berezinski goes for Sullivan, but we had to wait until Sullivan got off the ice to afford too many men. Good heads-up play there by Jeremy Van de Kerkhoff as we have an icing. No, it's waved off because they touched it. Awesome. Van de Kerkhoff, a nice hit into the boards there by Jeremy Van de Kerkhoff as we have an offsides. Testino got a little too overzealous there. I thought it was clean, but I guess the rest of the wise, the puck just may have crossed that blue line.
The refs this game are incredible because they somehow miss every tripping call, but then that happens, and they're like, nah, the puck was several atoms offsides, Andrew.
And yet, we can get a clear trip and nothing happens. UNC Charlotte wins the faceoff. They play with it in their own zone as McDonald gives chase. Puck thrown off the stick of a UNC Charlotte player as Wes Davis comes on over to retrieve. Davis to Gagne. Gagne Up to Berezinski. Berezinski to McDonald. McDonald, known for his speed, charging down the ice. Stops on a dime. Centering pass for Testino. Testino rips a shot high over the crossbar. Good opportunity there from John Testino as Van de Kerkhove playing some defense now to get control of the puck back.
I'll tell you what, Testino's had a couple of great looks right there in front of the net. One of these times, that's going to fall.
And it looks like we had one UNC Charlotte player try to give a little bit of a snow shower to Luke Thurston, but Gagne says no and just tackles under the ice.
Gagne's like, sit down, son.
That is sticking up for your goalie right there. That's good. That's good teamwork. Way to go, Gagne.
He's like, sit down, son. Sit down. It's going down for real, Andrew.
According to the music, it is. UNC Charlotte with an offensive zone faceoff. 13-12 left to go in the third period. Early wrist shot on goal, stopped by the chest of Luke Thurston for another offensive zone faceoff from the same spot. Drew Spysinski in on the faceoff. UNC Charlotte takes it. An early wrist shot, almost deflected, but it was deflected the opposite way, so Thurston did not have to worry. Gagne throws it on over to Davis. Davis, a long pass on target, but just mishandled by Evan Deere. That puck was just skipped right over his stick as Max Haas, using his body well, just stops the puck dead as someone loses a glove. It was some UNC Charlotte player, I think. Wes Davis now knocks it back into the UNC Charlotte zone as Max Haas is there to agitate. Evan Deere also there to try to play some defense as UNC Charlotte eventually clears it and gets it over the blue line. UNC Charlotte neutralized. They just fling it all the way back in the Kennesaw zone as Tristan Gagne fans on the clear attempt. And we have almost a centering pass as Max Haas levels another player. He's delivering the hits today, and he's not usually known for that.
Dude, he's got the hits like somebody's pitching underhanded, Andrew.
And now we have another hit by Drew Spysinski. Knocks a man clear off the puck as Gagne comes into control. Gagne. Nice bit of stick handling there. Kicks it over to Wes Davis. As Davis tries to clear, but is stopped before it can get outside. And a UNC Charlotte player flings it right up, hits a pipe on the roof. And that is a stoppage in play.
Thurston caught that like a foul ball. That was incredible.
I'm sure the Kennesaw baseball team could pick him up in the outfield.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Or put him at catcher. Lord.
That'd be ridiculous. No ball would get past him. Like, it'd be ridiculous.
Like, I don't care if the pitcher threw it about 8 feet wide, Thurston would still catch it.
And skip it off the dirt. Like, Thurston would get the body in front of that one. He'd stop it. He'd try and cover it, though. It'd be rough if somebody tried to steal a base.
It's a hard habit to break as Sam Sullivan takes possession. No, it is Aaron Tisdale. Tisdale moving up ice, and Sullivan, with a good stick there, disrupts the play as Berezinski knocks it back into the UNC Charlotte zone. 11:38 left to go in this third period as UNC Charlotte almost turns it over. They just try to punt it along back. But no, it is Berezinski that clears it back into the UNC Charlotte zone for Sullivan to go and retrieve. Sullivan Moran. Moran stops the play dead as UNC Charlotte just decides to turn the other way. They do not want to fight that battle as they start the trek up ice.
They don't want none of that. Ooh, a little bounce off of the skate there.
And Sullivan back to agitate again as Sullivan not able to knock him off the stick. He actually loses his own stick as UNC Charlotte pushes up ice once again. UNC Charlotte moving up ice. Berezinski back. A shot on goal. Kicked aside by Thurston. Another save off the rebound attempt by Luke Thurston. Fantastic save right there by the boy in goal.
The puck rebounded after that shot as well, but I'll tell you what. Somebody put the hit on UNC there. I couldn't quite see who. And ensured that there would be no third rebound shot.
Well, there wasn't one. Scrum in the corner.
He was on his butt.
Scrum in the corner now by Moran as the puck goes back to the near side point. A wrist shot on goal. Hits a UNC Charlotte. It looks like, it's eventually stopped by Luke Thurston, and there's a little tangle of bodies in front of us. It looks like Berezinski actually checked the guy into the path of the puck, and that's what saved it.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Heads up play there by Justin Berezinski. 10:29 left to go in this third period. One score still 1-2. Kennesaw State Owls with the lead as Ian McDonald wins the faceoff. McDonald gives back to Gagne as Gagne throws it along the boards, but not before it's controlled by UNC Charlotte. UNC Charlotte almost deflected in front. A nice centering pass there, but it goes wide as Testino attempts to clear, and he does. Gets it over the blue line. UNC Charlotte just dumps it right back in. Doesn't even make a change. I don't even know what the point of that play was as Gagne takes control and gives it on up to Van de Kerkhove. Van de Kerkhove Pass off the boards to McDonald. McDonald and Testino making the charge now. McDonald lays it back. Testino, a wrist shot high right.
Ooh.
And it does not go through as it is just a bit high. McDonald now with the puck behind the net. McDonald spins back around. Almost a point-blank shot there, but has knocked off the puck before he can pull the trigger as UNC Charlotte makes the push. UNC Charlotte, left side wing. Wrist shot off the stick of Gagne. It looked like it went off the stick of Gagne, off of someone's helmet, and then behind Luke Thurston as UNC Charlotte ties up this game. That is just like 2 bad bounces in a row. I don't know what you can say about that.
Darn it.
Well, at least we can say UNC Charlotte hasn't been able to score cleanly, so Kennesaw State still with the better offensive presence.
What a head scratcher.
It was a weird bounce, wasn't it? It was a bounce off of Gagne's stick and then off his, I think it might have been Gagne's helmet and somehow ended up behind Thurston.
Yeah, that was a sight to behold, that's for sure.
Berezinski now gives it back to his own brother, the other Berezinski, as he gives it on up to Max Haas as Deer chases it down in the corner. Deer on over to Haas. Haas to Deer. Deer centering pass by Sinski.
Ooh.
Just barely got a pad on it was Daniel Ritter as Berezinski keeps it in.
Almost a quick answer there from Kennesaw State. Looking to apply the pressure here is Kennesaw.
Evan Deer, a backhander, might have been on the outside of the cage or off the shoulder of Daniel Ritter. Don't know. But there was a scuffle in the corner. It's Evan Deer and Max Haas as UNC Charlotte pushes up ice. UNC Charlotte going against Berezinski right here. A shot that's deflected by Berezinski as Luke Thurston kicks it aside. And now we have Berezinski going up ice, and we have a attempted pass for Evan Deer. Berezinski going back to retrieve. Knocks it on over to his brother. And UNC Charlotte controls. A centering pass is kicked about by 4 people, and Berezinski comes up and gives it on over to Deer. Deer, neutral zone, crosses the blue line. Wrist shot off the shin of whoever 49 is, not really sure. Looks like Burke, and now Burke takes it over the ice. Over the neutral zone, and Gagne there with a good bit of defense, and Tisdale sends a man about 10 feet down the ice. That was great as Moran comes back to play that puck. UNC Charlotte controlling now. Gagne trying to get a piece of it as UNC Charlotte pushes the puck all the way up ice, but not until Moran can control. Moran gives the Davis and Tisdale. Tisdale has to backtrack to avoid an offsides as Tisdale eventually takes it in.
The stick handling was incredible. He's got the handles. Kyrie.
Tisdale and Sullivan coming in to play some defense. A huge hit by Sam Sullivan as a shot from Davis knocks the stick clean out of someone's hand. We have a delayed offsides, and it's weighed off.
I'll tell you what, I've seen very few teams capable of turning opponents into literal paste form like Kennesaw State is.
I don't know if they teach that in practice or something, but it seems like everyone on the roster can do it.
It's fantastic.
We have a icing, and that puck is coming all the way back to the face-off right in front of Luke Thurston. Face-off on the left circle as Tisdale comes in to take it. UNC Charlotte wins the faceoff, and an early wrist shot put on goal, but goes a little bit wide as Vandekerkhoff retrieves. Vandekerkhoff, there's a pass behind to Gagne, and Gagne to Moran. Moran up the boards as they try to chase it down, but UNC Charlotte goes back as we have another icing. Tisdale tried to sprint off the ice as quick as he could, and he was sitting on the bench, but the referee called him back.
Unfortunate. The icing party begins once again.
Face off at the Kennesaw zone. It's Aaron Tisdale once again. UNC Charlotte takes the face off with a little backdrop to some player, and it is stopped by the chest of Luke Thurston once again. That man is everywhere. The only way you can score on him is maybe about 8 different bounces before the puck eventually goes in the net.
Yeah, exactly. You really have to do some David Blaine type stuff to get it past Luke Thurston.
And somehow UNC Charlotte was able to pull that off. 17-16 left to go in this third period as McDonald wins the faceoff, but it's tapped over to some UNC Charlotte player as Charlotte is behind the net right now. UNC Charlotte attempted centering pass. It is frozen by Luke Thurston for another offensive zone faceoff for UNC Charlotte.
Good reaction on Thurston there to go ahead and fall on that puck after it sort of trickled its way to the front of the net.
Absolutely. McDonald in for another faceoff. He is getting his reps in today as UNC Charlotte takes it, and we have it's almost gloved down there by McDonald, but it goes past, and UNC Charlotte with control as it goes over the blue line, and it is eventually controlled again by UNC Charlotte as they dump it straight back in, almost gloved down by Berezinski, as the other Berezinski gets to it first. Testino now throws it back into the corner for UNC Charlotte to control. A centering pass goes nowhere, straight through the blue ice as UNC Charlotte continues to control.
I want a blueberry snow cone.
You can go ahead and get one after the game.
And
Some good attempts there by UNC Charlotte. About 3 or 4 saves in a row by Luke Thurston. Stopped every shot attempt there was. And he is on his game in this third period as there is 6:33 left to go in the third period as well.
Absolutely, and if Kennesaw State can't manage to drum up some offense here pretty soon, then they might find themselves staring down the barrel of another overtime game.
There's been a lot of overtimes this year.
There are an awful lot of them.
Spysinski with the face-off win, and it is controlled by Evan Deere as he tries to clear it, but to no avail as a wrist shot is thrown straight into the catching glove of Luke Thurston once again.
Absolutely. He's making that one look easy all day, every day.
There's about like 8 offensive face-offs in a row for UNC Charlotte here.
Yeah.
They're just winning it, throwing a puck at Thurston, he's freezing it, rinse and repeat.
Yeah, it's really something else.
Kennesaw State wins the face-off as Gagne throws it over to Wes Davis as Davis loses control of the puck to UNC Charlotte. Kennesaw State wins control as Haas starts to push up ice, and it goes into the UNC Charlotte zone as Haas is still there to pressure. Wes Davis keeps the puck in the zone as he throws it all the way around the boards for UNC Charlotte, but Evan Deere to try to agitate as no. UNC Charlotte eventually gets it, and a slap shot by Gagne that almost took Haas's head off ends up in possession of UNC Charlotte. UNC Charlotte turns it over to Haas as Haas throws it right back into the zone where it came from as Deere goes to chase.
He said, put that thing back where it came from or so help me.
Solid reference.
Thank you.
Deere and Haas in to fight it off as, wait a minute, it almost that wasn't frozen. What? Okay, so the puck went straight through the 5-hole of Daniel Ritter, and the ref just lost sight of it, even though he did not freeze it, and it was just sitting there behind him waiting to be tapped in.
I mean, the ref didn't even lose sight of it. We saw it basically the whole time.
So we have a premature stoppage of play by this referee, and got a little head nod there from Gagne, loving that.
He knows we shouted out his grandparents.
He better.
I don't think he does right now.
He'll watch the game. He has to. He's the snack guy. Face-off win to Vanderkerkhoff. A high shot over the crossbar as Wes Davis takes control. And kind of fans on the pass attempt there as Testino tries to chase it down, but it's no avail as UNC Charlotte takes control once again. But Davis keeps it in, not before UNC Charlotte can go back out. We might have a 2-on-1 developing, depending on how fast we can get back. A shot on Thurston, wide right, and it goes all the way back down to neutral ice, where UNC Charlotte will take control. UNC Charlotte back in. A shot put on goal, elbowed aside there by Luke Thurston, and a shot off the back of the cage is controlled by UNC Charlotte once again. A centering pass, it goes through about 8 people, but no, it is put wide. Gagne there, making sure the man does not get the puck as Vanderkerkhoff is there to control. Vanderkerkhoff goes all the way up to John Testino. Testino and McDonald in the zone. A wrist shot off of the skates. The UNC Charlotte player as McDonald controls. And McDonald, there's a centering pass there for Vanderkerkhoff. Vanderkerkhoff, a nifty little move there as he throws almost centering pass, but no, it is stopped. And Berezinski throws another shot. That one almost surprised Daniel Ritter as it just went wide. That had a good opportunity on it as Vanderkerkhoff. Huge hit on number 16 for UNC Charlotte. He is slow to get up as that was a hard hit by Jeremy Vanderkerkhoff.
Feeling the burn.
It was Ryan Smith that got hit. Pass all the way up, out of reach of KSU. No icing on the play as UNC takes control off the body of Max Haas, and it is once again in possession of UNC Charlotte. Long pass, UNC Charlotte coming in against the defense of Berezinski, and a long shot wide of the cage as Luke Thurston tried to make a play on it. Centering pass, a shot fanned on, and Berezinski will go to try to chase it down. Berezinski knocks it over. Spysinski makes sure he doesn't get there, and the other Berezinski brother throws it back to the other side corner.
I'll tell you what, Andrew, every time you say Ryan Smith, I think you're making up a name just to, like, fill time, but then I realize that genuinely sounds like a man who has a manila folder collection.
I don't know. I haven't been to his house. Evan Deere now with control of neutral ice throws it over to UNC Charlotte's possession as they take control.
Tell you what, the new furniture looks great from the yard.
That was funny.
That was stupid.
You're so dumb, Matt.
I know.
3:26 left to go in this third period. The score still tied at 2 apiece, as we will have an offensive zone faceoff for UNC Charlotte once again. Aaron Tisdale going to take this one. UNC Charlotte wins the faceoff. A wrist shot. Almost a rebound, but no. Thurston, does he manage to keep it out?
I guess he does. Wow.
Thurston, from his back,
Thurston
makes the second save of that possession. Luke Thurston, unbelievable. Proves you would need some black magic type shot to get a puck past him.
Indeed.
3:19 left to go in this third period as Tisdale comes in for his second faceoff. UNC Charlotte takes it, passes out to the point to the right wing. Another pass to the point. We have a wrist shot that is wide of the cage as Wes Davis tracks it down. UNC Charlotte, another wrist shot on goal. It is lobbed way up in the air, controlled by Berezinski, who attempts to clear but cannot. Ryan Moran throws it on over to Wes Davis. Checked off the puck there by Sullivan as Davis throws it around the boards. Back to Sullivan. Sullivan tips it out for a clear. Sullivan chasing it down. Puck is thrown all the way to our side of the ice as a fanned-on pass as Sullivan drops it off for Tisdale. Tisdale, a shot in front off the glove of Daniel Ritter. Good opportunity there from Aaron Tisdale as, once again, we have control of the puck. Gagne, a hard wrist shot deflected in front by John Testino, but Gagne controls the puck in neutral ice. Good hip check there by Gagne as Wes Davis takes control. Davis, a pass down over to Testino. Testino breaks a man's ankles, a centering pass to Vander Kirchhoff, and Vander Kirchhoff controls behind the net. Vander Kirchhoff going all the way back to the point, taking it himself as a pass goes all the way over from McDonald, is tipped out by McDonald for a centering pass for Testino. Testino, backhander, deflected in front by UNC Charlotte player. Puck goes all the way back down the ice for Berezinski as Berezinski off the boards to Testino. Testino back off the boards, headed for McDonald, but Testino keeps it in control. UNC Charlotte moving up ice into the neutral zone, Kennesaw State zone. Berezinski there to play some defense as there was a scuffle in the boards between Berezinski, McDonald, and a UNC Charlotte player. Puck at the far side point now. Just two men playing catch out there with a puck. And Testino attempts to control behind the net, but to no avail as, wait a minute, that is, yes, Testino does control, attempts to clear, but cannot get it out in time as a puck thrown lazily at Thurston is turned aside. Vander Kirchhoff, a lob pass on up to McDonald, but it does not cross the line in time as we narrowly avoid a too many men on the ice penalty as Wes Davis goes back to retrieve. Davis, pass on up to Haas. Haas to Deer. Deer, in the zone, drops it off for the referee, but no, Haas gets there first. Haas spins it around back, but it's controlled by Deer. Yes, controlled by Deer. We have a pass up to the point for Davis. Davis off the boards for Gagne, who was already retreating to play some defense. Gagne throws it back into the UNC Charlotte zone for Deer to chase. Deer does control. 44 seconds left to go in this period. Haas almost an opportunity in front, but loses control as Spicinski now agitates him and knocks him free of the puck with 30 seconds left to go in this period. Passes controlled by Spicinski, who knocks it back into the UNC Charlotte zone. UNC Charlotte maybe have time for one final push here. It's thrown all the way back for Davis. 23 seconds left to go. Wes Davis controls behind his own net. Davis up to Deer. Deer gets knocked down to one knee. Manages to center it as Davis gets back to Deer. Deer to Davis. A shot high left side, just over the crossbar. That was a good final opportunity. 10 seconds left to go in this third period.
That was deflected off the stick of one of the UNC defenders. And if we can't make some last-second magic happen here, it looks like we may have an overtime game.
Wes Davis trying to pick on that high stick side little open area of Daniel Ritter as McDonald comes in for the faceoff. McDonald wins it cleanly back to Vander Kirchhoff, who's a wrist shot on goal. Rebound in front. No, McDonald cannot put it home. As a backhand centering pass, no, it does not go either. 2 seconds left to go, and that is the end of the period. We will have another overtime.
Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you what, this is going to be an interesting one for sure. Don't go anywhere, everyone. We have some overtime action coming at you momentarily. This will not nearly be as long as a standard break, so we'll be back momentarily.
Welcome back, everybody, to some overtime action here at the Marietta Ice Center. And overtime looks like, yes, it is the 4-on-4 variant, so 4 players per team on the ice instead of the usual 5, as there is a 5-minute overtime. Still tied 2-2. First goal wins, and we all go home. Ian McDonald in for the first face-off of this overtime as UNC Charlotte takes it. Puck immediately thrown into control of Kennesaw State as Tristan Gagne goes over to bring it in himself. And we have, it looks like, an offsides. Yes, that is an offsides, and we will have another neutral zone face-off. McDonald didn't take a second face-off of this overtime. McDonald wins it this time, but it's knocked over to UNC Charlotte as Gagne is back to play some defense as he shoulders a man clean off the puck. Gagne over to Davis. Davis to Vanderkerkhoff. Vanderkerkhoff brings it back into his own zone and gives it on over to Gagne. Gagne up ice to McDonald, who controls it. McDonald, almost a good move there, but a shoulder off the puck as the puck goes back into Gagne's possession. Gagne, a pass over to Vanderkerkhoff, who overskated a little bit as Vanderkerkhoff controls in the corner. Vanderkerkhoff behind the net. Ends up with the puck again as Vanderkerkhoff gives it on. No, he just holds it right now, trying to think of something to do. Vanderkerkhoff attempted pass to McDonald is a bit short as UNC Charlotte takes control as they move all the way up ice. Luke Thurston to play the puck. Moves it around the boards for UNC Charlotte, and almost an early shot there before Lewiston was back home, but it is knocked down and controlled by Drew Spysinski. Spysinski up to Vanderkerkhoff. Vanderkerkhoff here at the blue line. A wrist shot high, rebound in front. No, he just knocks it. Just gets shouldered out of the way before he can make a play on it. Gagne, a pass on over to Davis. Davis back to Gagne. Gagne, a wrist shot that's deflected high into the roof of the Marietta Ice Center. It will have another offensive zone faceoff for Kennesaw State University.
Into the rough.
.341 left to go in this first overtime. If we need another one, we will let you know. But hopefully that is not the case.
Do they not do shootouts?
In college, I don't think they do shootouts.
Oh, man.
I wish they did. Dude, shootouts would be awesome in college.
Shootouts are cool.
Kennesaw State looking to take possession back from UNC Charlotte as Charlotte just plays with it in their own zone. Berezinski now gives it back to his own brother as Berezinski gives it over to Deer. Deer drops it off for Berezinski. Berezinski to Berezinski.
The Kennesaw Berezinskis.
The Kennesaw Berezinskis. Berezinski throws it on over to Jeremy Vanderkerkhoff. That's Evan Deer, excuse me. Berezinski now in the corner as he throws it off the roof and into the UNC Charlotte bench.
Give him a little something to contemplate, a little something to mull over.
Hey, coaches, you're in this too. You're in the firing line.
Defensive zone faceoff here for Kennesaw State.
2:58 left to go in this overtime as Tisdale comes in for the faceoff. Tisdale wins the faceoff, controlled by Testino. Testino pushing up ice as Testino loses control behind UNC Charlotte net, and Testino gets it back. Testino playing around in the corner. A pass all the way across ice for Gagne. Gagne, a wrist shot stopped before it can go anywhere as UNC Charlotte pushes back up ice. UNC Charlotte with Wes Davis back. A wrist shot right into the chest of Luke Thurston, who throws it back out to Wes Davis to keep the play alive.
Good heads-up play there. Saw they were trying to make a change, wanted to get it out as quickly as possible to try and catch him off guard.
Wes Davis throws it back into the UNC Charlotte zone, and UNC Charlotte controls. UNC Charlotte throws it all the way up ice for an icing, where that puck will be coming all the way back down for Kennesaw State's offensive zone faceoff with 2:13 left to go in this overtime.
Hopefully, Kennesaw State manages to get another quick opportunity off of these faceoffs. However, first things first, you got to win the faceoff.
That is true as Ian McDonald tries to do just that. UNC Charlotte takes it as they scuffle in the corner a little bit as the puck is eventually corralled by UNC Charlotte with Gagne back to play some defense. UNC Charlotte now on the push. Pass back to the point. Knocked off by Vanderkerkhoff, and if that puck did not go into the bench, that would have been an open break for Jeremy Vanderkerkhoff, but sadly, UNC Charlotte's bench caught the puck.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That was about to be a fast break for the ages.
Ian McDonald. And for the faceoff once again, he is the go-to man for these faceoffs. Ian McDonald wins it cleanly back to Gagne. Gagne all the way around the boards for Jeremy Van de Kerkhoff, who catches up to it, tries to swim move past, but is taken down and loses control to UNC Charlotte. UNC Charlotte now is kicked off the puck by Wes Davis, and Davis loses control of the puck to UNC Charlotte, but not before it's corralled by McDonald. McDonald takes a check there as the puck is thrown straight back into Kennesaw zone for Gagne to retrieve. Gagne on over to Davis. Davis all the way across ice to McDonald. McDonald takes it himself. McDonald charges in a shot just wide left of the net as it bounces all the way back to Davis. Davis over to Gagne. Kicks it to himself. A wrist shot in front. Redirect. Almost. No, it's out of his reach. A backhander. A rebound opportunity. No. Bounces everywhere. We just couldn't stuff it. As Daniel Ritter makes 3 back-to-back saves.
The eternal pain.
For all those opportunities by Kennesaw State there. He was on his face.
Incredible.
Just swimming on his stomach. Any shot for top shelf would have gone in, but sadly we just couldn't bury it.
Unfortunate, man. Unfortunate.
Kennesaw State at least gets the offensive zone face-off with 1:11 left to go in the overtime as Spicinski comes in for the face-off, it looks like. No, we have a timeout, it looks like.
Oh, my goodness.
Coaches taking some time to draw up some plays.
Think this one over.
I'll tell you, this hasn't nearly been as energetic of a game as last night's, but
Well, yeah, they're absolutely gassed.
That's
last
probably
night's game
'cause
was insanity.
last night's game wasn't even 12 hours ago.
Yeah, last night's game was P90X
It was like,
insanity.
ugh, it was
Yeah,
bad.
exactly.
11 goals scored compared to 4 total today. Quite a stark difference between last night and today.
Indeed. You know, I'm making my contribution as much as I can to this broadcast by saying indeed and just agreeing with you, Andrew.
That's what I come to expect from you, Matt, when it's late in the game.
Wow. Okay. Loser.
Hey, that stings.
Ow, wait. Ow, ouch.
Ow, Matt, how could you? Stupid. I literally cannot believe it.
I can't believe you've done this.
Both teams coming out of the timeout now as Kennesaw State goes back to take the offensive zone faceoff.
Let's get it, guys. Here we go.
Ian McDonald coming in to take this one again. The line is McDonald, Gagne, Davis, and Van de Kerkhoff as McDonald throws it directly sideways for Gagne. Gagne battle in the corner there as Gagne is still fighting for it. He is trapping the puck left and right as eventually UNC Charlotte takes control. UNC Charlotte pushing up ice. Van de Kerkhoff's back. Van de Kerkhoff knocks a man off the puck, and we have a penalty against Kennesaw State in overtime. That is not what you want to see, guys. He touched the puck. That's stop. Okay, whatever. UNC Charlotte controlling at the point. And finally, Kennesaw State touches the puck, and we have a power play in overtime. It will be 4-on-3.
For 34. I think it'll just be 4 on 5.
4-on-5, okay.
With 34.4 seconds remaining. My goodness.
I don't have my stuff.
We can go home and get it.
Looks like the penalty is on Jeremy Van de Kerkhoff.
Unlucky, but I do believe in Kennesaw's power play enough to think that they can kill off this 34.4 seconds.
The Kennesaw State coaches are giving the absolute business right now to the referees, saying, hey, why was that a penalty? They demand an explanation. Both teams exit the timeout as Thurston skates back to his goal for the offensive zone faceoff for UNC Charlotte with 34 seconds left to go in this overtime. It looks like Ritter is coming off the ice. So UNC Charlotte going empty net here for it to be a 5-on-3 power play.
Wait, what? Okay.
That's a interesting move there by UNC Charlotte.
What? If we win this and just chuck it down the ice.
Which we are trying to do. Wes Davis gave it a shot as UNC Charlotte has it on the point. Loses control of it to Davis, it looks like. Davis trying to move up ice to get an opportunity, but no. UNC Charlotte keeps it in. 19 seconds left to go in the game. UNC Charlotte controls in the corner. UNC Charlotte with a pass behind the net. A pass to the right side, the left side wing, and a shot snapped up by the glove of Luke Thurston.
Very good save from Thurston there. 6.8 seconds left. This is a nail biter, Andrew.
Yes, it is. Especially with the 5-on-3 differential right here.
You are not kidding.
Ooh, and the empty net, that is a risky move there by UNC Charlotte.
Yeah, you got to risk it for the biscuit, though.
Ian McDonald on the face-off. Throws it back. Gagne controls, rips it up the boards for the last clear, and that will be the overtime. Score is still 2-2.
So I don't really know what happens next, to be honest.
They don't tie, do they?
We've never gotten this far. No, I don't
Do they tie?
believe so. That would be crap.
I think they might. I think they tied. Refs are talking it out here. I don't think they know what's going on either.
No. It looks like the players are getting back on the bench. Okay.
All right. We have maybe
There might be some hockey left to play.
If I were those refs, I'd be going to both benches like, hey, shootout, shootout, shootout.
That'd be so cool. Wait, are we doing it? Are we doing the shootout?
There's no way. We're doing a shootout, ladies and gentlemen. I think. No, wait. Are we? I can't tell. I'm so confused.
Please.
Come on, come on, come on.
Hang
on a second.
Yes,
we are doing a shootout. Jeremy Van de Kerkhoff is the first man up for Kennesaw State as we have our first shootout of the season. Matt, I am excited.
I'm so excited.
Jeremy Van de Kerkhoff versus Daniel Ritter. Van de Kerkhoff moving up ice. Rips a shot right past Daniel Ritter for the first goal of the shootout. Jeremy Van de Kerkhoff on the board.
Bamboozles them. That's 1-0 there for Kennesaw State on this shootout.
And let's see if Luke Thurston can make the first save as James Dinkler is up first for UNC Charlotte.
Dinkler. I don't have much faith in
Dinkler. Moving down the ice, staring down Thurston. Dinkler moves to the front of the cage. A shot, 5-hole on Thurston as it is 1-1 in the shootout here at the Marriott Ice Center. It looks like up next is Ian McDonald for Kennesaw State University.
Ian McDonald been an absolute powerhouse scorer all year. Shouldn't have any reason to think otherwise here.
Ian McDonald gets the okay as he brings the puck up ice. Ian McDonald all the way in forehand, backhand, and UNC Charlotte kicks the net off the post, and that counts as a save for UNC Charlotte. Luke Thurston needs a big one here.
Yes, he does. Keep Kennesaw relatively healthy in this shootout. We will have... Who is his name?
That is Justin Gerasimo or Gerasimo, one of those two.
Geronimo. I'm going Geronimo.
Right then. Gerasimo against Thurston. Staring him down. Goes all the way in, and a shot wide of the cage. That is a save.
Ooh, baby.
For Luke Thurston, it is still tied 1-1 as Wes Davis comes in to clean up. Captain Wes Davis.
The captain of the team, the emotional leader, the backbone. I don't know if any of those things are really true because we don't really know the team dynamic. But
there's a C on his jersey, so we're assuming.
There's a C on his jersey, so we assume he's the head guy in charge.
Coming up ice is Wes Davis. Making a move now as a shot is saved by Daniel Ritter.
Post.
Once again, the net is dislodged off that same post.
This is ridiculous. They need to stop kicking these nets off.
Andrew Miller on for UNC Charlotte, going against Luke Thurston. Kennesaw State's bench giving him the business as Andrew Miller comes up against Thurston. Loses control of the puck and is poke checked out of here by Luke Thurston. Marvelous job there with the poke check from Thurston as we go to another round of shootout.
Luke Thurston coming up with the clutch save, as per the usual, to be expected, honestly.
Up next, I don't think Kennesaw drew up a plan for this deep into a shootout, so John Testino up to bat for Kennesaw State. Testino moves up ice. Testino, forehand. A shot on goal through the 5-hole!
Oh,
John Testino dancing with the goalie, makes him split his legs and puts it 5-hole on Daniel Ritter. And if Luke Thurston can save here, that might be the game.
That will be the game if Luke Thurston can make this save here. And I'll tell you what, Testino hit him with the old razzle-dazzle and made him look silly.
Matt Shriver coming up ice to face off against Luke Thurston in what might be the final round. Shriver coming in, backhand, scores against Luke Thurston. We will have another round of face-offs. Or excuse me, shootouts.
My goodness, the tension is killing.
This is great. I love this.
It's not good for my heart rate.
It's not. Evan Deere coming in to take this one.
Evan Deere has a goal already this game. Hopefully he can make it 2 here in the shootout.
Evan Deere moves up ice against Ritter. Ritter coming far out of his net. Deere. A shot tries to go 5-hole again, but is stopped by Daniel Ritter.
All right. Got to make the save here.
Luke Thurston needs a clutch save to keep the game alive.
Luckily, clutch save is literally his legal middle name.
As Ryan Burke comes in to shoot against Thurston. Burke moving up ice. Thurston coming out of his cage to get ready for it. Burke comes in, a shot. Goal for UNC Charlotte, and that is the game.
Darn it. Man.
Hey, I'm just happy we saw our first shootout of the year. Those shootouts are always intense, and they're always fun to watch.
I guess so. Could have gone a little better, but you know, that's okay. We still support the guys. We still love the boys. So, thank you guys so much for watching. We will be back here. I believe we have some home games next weekend.
Next weekend against Miami.
Against Miami. Should be good games, so keep in tune with that one. We'll have some of these technical difficulties sorted out by then as well. We can guarantee it. And we will be back next week, same time, same channel. Thank you guys for watching. You can catch us on YouTube after this for some full quality streams. Thank you once again. And thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next week once again. Have a good one.